Frederick Bryan, a manager at insurance company MetLife.
And I'll often say it was as if on a summer evening, sometimes every year, or maybe every other year, you hear a thunderclap, and the thunder rolls in like no other time, with a slowly building crescendo. And that's how it was on that day when the plane hit. And I'm one step into the hallway, holding the door open. And I was struck by the blackness that was in front of me. It was the deepest, the richest black that I had ever seen.
Anybody there? Anybody there?
And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you have the keys to the door. You can easily open the door and go back from where you came.
Hello?
But can you be certain that your keys are going to work?
Hello?
And I was frightened. I was very frightened. So instead of continuing down the hall, I went back into our office and let the door close. If I had gone down the hallway and died, it would have been better than living with this knowledge of, hey, you know what, when it came right down to it, I was a coward. And it was actually our two coworkers on the other side down that hallway that ended up dying on that day. And I often think now, perhaps I should have continued down that hallway.
I wouldn't say panic. I would say people was beginning to, I know I was beginning to get a little edgy.
Yeah. So what do we do now? I'm gonna make a hole. But it's concrete.
No, it's not. It's sheetrock.
Hey, he's right. It's sheetrock. It's plasterboard.
Christine again on Windows. We have to have air. The fresh air is going down fast. I am not exaggerating.
Ma'am, I know you're not exaggerating. We're getting a lot of signals. We're sending the car down as soon as possible.
What are we going to do for air?
Ma'am, the fire...
Can we break a window?
You can do whatever you have to do to get there.
Break a window, somebody! Break a window!
We're not gonna get out of here, you know that, right?
No, help is unexplained. We just have to wait.
No, it's just...
No! Don't!
Hey, no, stop! What the hell are you doing? You trying to kill us all? You can break the window, you can let the air, get away from the window. This whole place will be in flames in minutes, come on!
And I saw coming down behind them outside a man's suit. And I said to myself, why would anyone do that? Who would throw a suit out the window? What is that?
More than 100 people jumped off doors from the upper floor. Christine or anyone else makes any calls from windows on the road after 9:40.
We went to her apartment and back. Her answering machine was just full with messages. No more could be. His friends were calling. Because my son just listened to the whole TV. And that answering machine was all that I had.
Just 130 feet away in Building 2, South Tower, the picture is confused. Some people have seen or heard the disaster which struck the North Tower. Without waiting for the picture to clear, many have taken the decision to evacuate.
I repeat, Building 2 is secure.
Given the risk of larger numbers of civilians outside in the plaza blocking access for police and firemen, announcements make it clear that the South Tower is safe.
You are in the midst of evacuation. You may use the re-entry door and elevators to return to your office. I repeat, Building 2 is secure. There is no evacuation.
Stanley Payne has come from his office on the 81st floor. But even as he was leaving, building staff are turning people back, convincing them it will be safer if they stay where they are.
I know that this building is a fire next door, and a flame had gone into this building. I would never have gone back up. I would have gone straight home.
Building 2 is secure. There is no need to evacuate Building 2.
I'm not sure about this, guys. We got no choice.
Within short order, it became clear that we had to leave because the smoke was getting frightening.
Hey, guys, this way. Follow me.
The smoke was so thick and so black, and I could not see. And as I'm walking down the hall through this blackness, I'm thinking to myself, well, you're going to die of suffocation, of smoke inhalation. How many breaths do you need to take of smoke-filled air before you actually pass out? Is it measured in the number of breaths, or is it measured in a number of minutes? Is there a period of time when you're breathing in smoke that you can feel yourself being overcome, or does it happen instantaneously? I did not know. And I was annoyed at myself for not knowing.
Let's try this way, huh?
That's right. Yes, sir, you have a 2:30 followed by 4:15.
In this confined area with the door closed now, it actually seemed quite safe.
Well, I'll see what I can do, but we're having a bit of problems with the phone.
Why?
When they came in, I was surprised that they were there.
Well, we have a situation here.
What kind of situation?
And then I was even more surprised that they had just come out of an office that was on fire.
I'm sorry. Do you have a fire extinguisher?
On the wall above the cupboard.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I can't do that right now, sir. No, you don't seem to understand. There's a lot going on around here right now.
Thanks.
Yes, sir? I'll do it first thing tomorrow morning, sir.
I said to myself, look, you have to do something. Within 2 seconds, I realized what a ridiculous task I was trying to accomplish. I was trying to put out this inferno with this stream of fluid that couldn't have been more than a quarter of an inch wide. My heart went into my throat from my chest. And at that point, I knew we were in trouble.
Harry Ramos has reached the main elevator hallway on the 78th floor.
Across. Try and find a stairwell on the other side. That's okay. Let's go. And be careful.
Everybody okay back there?
Last one, I'm feeling lucky.
I knew I was feeling lucky. Come on, we'll be out of here in no time. You know what I think? I might take the rest of the day off.
I'll join you.
Whereas nearly everyone in the building is heading down, 3 civilians are heading up. Frank DeMartini, Pablo Ortiz, and Mac Hanna.
This way, down there. I gotta call my sister.
Sure.
Good morning, TDM. This is Diane speaking.
Yeah, Diana, it's Frank. Is Nina there?
No, Frank.
I need you to get a message to her.
Sure.
There's been another explosion at the World Trade Center. I need you to find her right away and tell her that me and Nicole are fine. I don't want to hear about it on the radio.
Well, sure, of course. What about you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, I gotta go. Thanks, Diana. This way, Dan. Hey, let's keep moving, huh? This way. Come on, right through here. That's it. Keep going.
Shortly after 9 a.m., Jay Jonas, captain of Leather 6, is receiving his orders to go up the North Tower.
He just closed his eyes and he shook his head and he says, just take your guys upstairs and do the best you can. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw a big black shadow on the ground. And a man came running in from the outside and said, a plane just crashed. A plane just crashed into the World Trade Center.
United Airlines Flight 175 bound for Los Angeles hits Building 2, the South Tower, at 9:03 a.m., less than 17 minutes after Building 1 was hit.
No. We still don't know.
One man who gets an extraordinary view of the impact is Stanley Bremner. He has just returned to his office from the ground floor lobby.
Yeah, I guess.
So I'm standing up with the phone in my hand.
But we're fine.
My coffee and bagel that I bought when I was coming up still sits there on the desk. And I'm looking towards the Statue of Liberty, the direction of, with the phone in my hand. And that's when the plane caught my eye. And this plane is bearing down on me. I have eye contact. I'm hypnotized standing up there. I'm not having time to react. All I'm looking at is this plane, and it's getting bigger. Lord, I can't do this, you take over. And I dove under my desk.
Holy.
Wow. That apparently does look like it is in the other building at this point.
That's Alright, this is 16. I could have called a hung up, but he said a new explosion just happened at 2 World Trade Center on the 80th floor.
The plane hits the South Tower between the 77th and the 85th floors. Because the plane struck at an angle, one staircase to these floors is, for a short while, passable. And there is another extraordinary piece of luck.
The strange thing, the bizarre thing is, the phone starts to ring. I don't know who is trying to dial me, but the phone is ringing. And I'm saying to myself, I gotta be dreaming. This is not real. In the real world, the plane crashes, you die. This is not real. I got to be dreaming. I live.
Help! Help!
Some offices on the impact floors are spared the devastation of a fireball. One of them is the office of Brian Clark.
The sensation was that our whole building moved to the Hudson River and kept moving a distance of 6 to 8 feet. I know that sounds preposterous, and whether it did move 6 to 8 feet, I don't know, but that was the sensation. And I had this terrifying thought that we're going over.
Everyone okay?
In a split second, our room just absolutely disintegrated. It was as if a demolition crew had been given all the right equipment, sledgehammers and crowbars, go through and destroy this space, and you've got a whole day to do it. But it happened in an instant.
Okay, listen up. There's a good chance of fire. We have to exit this building as soon as possible. No time to get your stuff. Just follow me. Going down? Yeah, we're going down. Wait. Where are you going?
It's bad down there. Smoke planes, real bad.
Oh, I understand. But trust me, we have to get out of the building. And the only way out is down.
I say we go back up.
Yeah, me too. I don't know when. Look, I say we keep going, check it out. See if we can't find a different way down. Look, it's bad upstairs, but it's not going to get any better.
But what if we can't find a way out?
Well, then we'll just have to see.
What about the roof?
No way!
Help!
He's wrong.
Help!
What was that?
Help!
Come on, let's go.
I heard this noise inside the 81st floor, this sort of banging, and this voice screaming for help. Help, help, I'm buried. Is anybody there? I can't breathe. And I said, come on, Ron, we've got to get this guy.
Is there anybody in here?
As I went through the gap sideways, I saw the rest of the group on the stairwell, and they all went up, and they all died that day.
Okay, let's round everyone up, check they're okay, see who's missing. I'll call emergency services again.
Elaine Gentle is Director of Human Resources at Private Bankers Fiduciary Trust.
Look, check outside to see if we can...
One of the first calls she makes is to her husband.
Elaine? Yeah.
First thing I said, thank God you're all right. Not good.
Some sort of explosion. It was.
And I said, well, it doesn't make sense. The plane hit the other building. It didn't hit your building. He said, well, there was some explosion. And I didn't know what to make of it. So, trying to figure out what we should do. do about the situation that was growing worse?
And some screaming, I realized I couldn't hear.
I can't stand the smoke. I gotta go.
Hey, look, you go back and join the others. It's okay. Hello? Hello? Is there anybody in here?
And I crawled the entire length of the drones department through the line into the computer room and the communication room. I was the calls after the fact. Because 1,000 futile walls in the car, blocking my path.
Hello? Hello? Hey, is someone there? Yeah. I can't see you. Keep going. What? I can't see you.
I turned my flashlight toward the voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
What I remember asking him was, "What is your name?" He said, "Brian Clark." "What are your chances for you to have a flashlight?" He said, "I'm a fire warden."
But I suddenly heard this person was saying, "Can you see my hand? Can you see my hand?"
Can you see my hand? Can you see my hand?
Here's the deal. This is a raw one. We have to go to the upper floors to search and rescue. Only thing is we can't use the elevator, so we're gonna take stairwell B. 10 floors at a time. 10 floors, quick rest, 10 more.
I told them, they're trying to kill us, boys.
Okay.
And to their credit, every one of them, they looked at me, she's okay, Captain. There was thousands of people upstairs that needed our help, and that's where we had to go.
As Jay Jonas is beginning his journey up the tower, many others are coming down. There are over 200 flights of stairs in each tower. To get out of the building by foot takes over 50 minutes. But that's what most of those inside the North Tower are still trying to do. And for some, that is not so easy. One of those who is unable to get out on his own is Victor Wool.
Now, he made it from the 83rd floor down to the 59th floor. So he made it down over 20 flights.
Sir? Do you need a hand?
I just think probably he just became more violent. He just became, he kept realizing it.
I'll send someone back up the bottom.
I'll just hold you back. Go on.
I don't know why he was drawn to Victor. I have no idea why.
You guys don't need to hang around. Why don't you take off and meet downstairs when we get there?
They have no connection. They didn't know each other at all. They just kind of walked by him like a lot of people would have done.
Yeah, 2 daughters. Why? How old are they? 9 and 13. The oldest just had a back split. Budget machine. Want to know what she said? Maybe. Yeah. What's her name? Alexandra. Tell you what. Why don't we get you out of here and then you can get home and tell Alexandra and your other daughter that you're okay? Come on. Yeah, let's get you out of here.
That was when I saw Harry was helping a gentleman who I did not know, and quite slowly.
Hey, you decided to take the day off after all. Hong, this is Victor. Victor, this is Hong. We're gonna help him get out of here. Tell you what, guys, I really use a beer.
Hey, guys, wait up.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, let's take a rest here. Drink some water.
We're at war with somebody. I don't know who we're at war with. We're at war with somebody.
Check your packs. We leave again in 2.
No, the United States is a target, but right where I'm standing is a major target. Now, is it going to be a third one? Is it going to be a fourth one? We didn't know.
What's it going to be like up there? Guys, you ready? Okay, let's go.
On the 81st floor of Building 2, the South Tower, Brian Clark and Stanley Plainmouth are still divided by a mountain of debris.
You're gonna have to climb over the top. I'm not sure I can do that. Well, you're gonna have to.
I said, the only way out of here is you to go over this. You must do this. And I climbed up on some stuff and kind of looked down at him. He scrambled up like a cat, and I tried to... He fell down once. I said, you must do this.
And this person behind this wall is telling me if I want to live, I must climb over it. He says, you jump on the other side, I'll catch you.
He said, hallelujah, I've been saved. Which just sort of took me back.
This man really thought I was crazy. I don't know how to thank a man who just saved my life. I reached down, I hugged this man, and I give him a kiss.
And he gave me this great big kiss.
This man says, whoa, 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 what are you doing? He says, Brian Clark.
And he said, Brian Stanley, we'll be brothers for life. I said, well, that's great. And we still dust ourselves off. I said,
I never had a brother. Now I do. Hey, you okay? Your hand. Yes. What about you? This can't be real. Can't believe it all. Well, let's keep it that way. Up or down?
Down.
You lead the way. You're the lifesaver out here.
This man put his hand around my shoulder and he says, come on, buddy, let's go home. And the first thing I know, I cried like a baby. Because nobody never showed me that kind of compassion in my life before. A total stranger.
100 Center. 100. She was able to speak. Just,
Sprinklers not working in this room, so I got somebody from the engineering department and talked to her about that, and he got up.
No, I'm not there.
He advised that they should get somebody and hit the sprinkler head with a shoe.
Hit him.
And I heard Elaine say, you know, try it again, try it again.
No, something.
No, Ed, hit it again.
She said it's not working. Nothing happened. I could tell that she was concerned. After the call, he looked at me and said, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right.
chip, right chip, right chip, right chip. Finally, after maybe 40 minutes or so, he got a hole about the size of a grapefruit.
Sweet smell of fresh air.
Yes, sir.
Who'd have thought it, fella? World Trade Center, made out of sheetrock. Huh? Need some help?
Almost 40 floors above, Frank, Pablo, and Mac are still determined to rescue people trapped in their offices before getting up themselves.
It's construction manager on the 88th floor. We're sending 2 more down. We're coming down too. Do you copy?
I think he truly did know every inch of the building, both buildings, of the towers. He knew him.
Let's head down. Listen. That's Met Live, right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Help! We're stuck in here! We can't get out! Help!
Near the end, or near the time when it was apparent that within a few minutes the smoke would be thick enough and we would not survive. One of the fellas yelled, "Hey, there's somebody banging on the door."
Wait, I think I heard something.
And I hear the pounding, pound, pound, bang, bang, bang. Nobody knew that the wall was merely a plasterboard or sheetrock.
Stand back. We're coming through.
I thought it was concrete. It looked like concrete. It was painted like concrete, but I didn't know. Nobody knew.
Hey, anybody hurt?
No, everyone's okay.
All right. Coming through, Mac. All right, everybody, this way.
On this day,
Stairwell C.
these fellas that were gray-collar workers and blue-collar workers had the wherewithal to save everyone else, while the lawyers and the accountants didn't quite know what to do and had no sense of how to act in this situation. And these fellas did.
You all right, sir?
Frank, take him down.
No. I'm staying here.
Frank, Nicole's waiting for you. She'll be waiting for you.
Mac?
Yeah?
Can you get him down?
Frank, you go.
No. We'll be right behind you after we check out the other floors.
Okay. This way, sir.
We should head up. If there are people trapped here, there are probably others.
Think the structure's holding up?
I don't know. That's what we gotta find out. He should head down.
And I just said,
"Thanks."
And he nodded back in return. And that's the last I saw of this fella, until I was flipping through the pages and pages and pages of obituary photographs several weeks later. As I'm flipping through these pages of hundreds of people, I see this fella's face. I'm like, that's the guy. That's the guy who I was nose to nose with. And I saw his name, Frank DeMartini. And now I knew who the fella was. But here he was. Here was his picture, and he didn't make it out.
Breaking news from WTOP.
A news update. 2 passenger jets have crashed into the Twin Towers of New York's World Trade Center. The disaster happened shortly after 9 a.m.
By now, the entire world is becoming aware of the magnitude of the attack.
Sie sehen mich ja hier in dieser Situation, dass mir manchmal die Worte fehlen, um zu beschreiben, was ich hier gerade auch zum ersten Mal sehe. Ein Terrorakt ungeahnter Größenordnung hat also
Towards our business coverage, of course, we have some remarkable pictures coming in from New York, which we can go to now. The World Trade Center appears to be on fire.
There is a working assumption among federal law enforcement agencies that this could be some action undertaken by the Osama bin Laden group. Let's go back.
Across the globe, millions of people stare at their screens in horror at what they are witnessing. At the same time, inside the Twin Towers, survivors are trying, by whatever means possible, to escape.
Everybody here is scanning the skies looking for a possible attack. Every fire and rescue crew has been told to beware of that. We cannot tell you at the moment.
Works. I don't know. I'm not sure this is a good idea. You could get stuck. There might be a fire.
Yeah, Hong, Victor may be right.
We can get down faster.
You know what they say about elevators. There's been a fire.
Okay. Maybe it's better if we send an object down to the next floor, then call it back up.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Look, if everyone agrees, I'm happy to volunteer.
You okay with that?
Yeah. You a trader?
Yeah.
You think tech stocks are a good bet right now?
Victor, you know, I really don't think this is that time or the place.
He should have definitely been a professor at Columbia University, a history professor. I think he would have been a much happier man. He got caught up a little bit in having to work, you know, and make a living and having the children in school and with their tuitions and everything, that he just settled for being a stockbroker. And I think he always wanted to do something else.
Can you see anything?
There's another wall.
Maybe it's thinner than the other one. Well, only one way to find out. Hey. Where are we? What? Bathroom.
Yes. Yes.
Say, anybody need to go to the bathroom?
Looks like he got stuck or got out.
He'll come back.
But what if he doesn't?
And we'll think of something else. Welcome back.
It's clear.
Great.
But only as far as the 44th floor.
Oh.
Come on, it's better than nothing, Victor.
All right.
Almost home, huh?
We're gonna try to break out. It's just too smoky in here.
wet your clothes?
Yeah. Honey, I have to go.
Okay.
And Jack, tell the boys. Tell the boys I love them.
I said, I will.
And I love you.
She said, I love you. I said, I love you. She said, I love you. I said, I love you. She said, I'm scared. And I said, call me when you get down.
Oh, God.
Elaine!
Okay.
When I hung up the phone, I was horrified. Just horrified. Because she wasn't saying, she was saying goodbye. She was saying goodbye. That's how it felt. That's what it was.
One, two, three.
When we hung up, I called our minister and I asked him to pray, and he said he'd have a prayer chain, and then I prayed. And I felt her body go right through mine, and I knew she was gone.
I gotta make a call.
It might take a minute.
Hey, buddy.
Do we know what's going on?
Pentagon got hit. What? The Pentagon?
I said it was some accident. Now that fireman said no.
We're at war.
So that words were really scary. It was war.
Hi, you don't know me, but I need you to make a call for me.
Who is this?
My name is Victor Wald. I need you to make a call to my wife, Rebecca.
But I don't know her.
I need you to pass her a message.
Can't you call her yourself?
I tried calling her, but I couldn't get through. That's why I'm calling your number at random.
Is this some kind of joke?
No, it's not a joke. My name is Victor Wald. I'm in the World Trade Center.
Oh my God.
I can't get through to my wife. I'm asking you to call her. Her number is the same as yours, except there's a 6 at the end instead of a 7.
And what's the message?
Could you just tell her... I'm all right.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Thanks.
They just hit the Pentagon.
We better be clear on these doors.
I really think we should go. Now. Al-Qaeda.
What? Come on.
Al-Qaeda. They're a bunch of terrorists.
Yeah, whoever they are, we gotta go now.
I bet you it was them.
Guys, take this exit.
Come on, not this exit. Go, Victor, go.
Oh, not more stairs.
Hey guys, I'm back. Now, this is the man who will help us down. Huh?
I think about them in my prayers. And that fireman, may God bless him wherever he is, because if it hadn't been for him leading us to the safety, I wouldn't be sitting here talking now.
This is 10 on 450. Do you copy? I've got 6 civilians. Do you copy? Follow me.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Please. Trust me. Come. Let's go.
Let's hope this one works.
No more elevators.
What? Are you gonna walk?
Well, I prefer.
And I come into elevator, I see the big sign, do not use the elevator when it's fire. And I stay and I don't know what to do. I said, something's wrong.
Listen, man, it'll take 30 minutes to walk down. We may not have 30 minutes.
I said, that's manuscript. Not responsible for yourself, because if you were stuck at another elevator, who's going to help you?
You got no choice, my friend.
Come on!
What's your name?
Yeah.
Jan? I'm Al. Good to see you. Nice to meet you.
It takes over an hour in normal conditions to climb the stairs inside one of the towers. The firefighters each have to contend with almost 50 kilos of equipment, as well as the endless flow of evacuees coming down. By 9:58, over 170 members of the New York Fire Department are inside the North Tower.
Okay, fellas, this way. Down the corridor, on your left, into the office. Guys, take a rest. 2 minutes.
In Building 2, the South Tower, nearly 8,000 people have succeeded in evacuating. It turns out they escaped just in time.
Heading for you.
No problem. We're brothers, right?
Yeah. Now let's get out of here.
Everyone stick together! Come on! Diane! I'm coming!
In Building 1, the North Tower, the staircases on the lower floors have become a slow-moving chain of evacuees. Among them, Rick Bryan and the rescue workers from the 89th floor. Then, something mystifying happened.
And all of a sudden, a huge cloud of this dark gray smoke comes shooting up the stairway and just covering everyone and everything. And it was hot, very, very hot.
Our building started to shake. It swayed back and forth, and then the lights went out. I said, is that what I thought it was? Thinking that part of our building collapsed. And he just looked at me. In a very serious face, he said, the South Tower's just collapsed. knowing that a high-rise building has never collapsed before. And now the sister building that we were in and had suffered the same fate, but it got hit later than ours, had just collapsed. So I'm thinking to myself as he said that, he says, we're gonna be lucky to get out of here.
Guys, I want us out of here now. Pick up your stuff. We're heading out right now. Sal, your rope.
The sheer terror that we're in this building, we're dead men walking. The fire department's a semi-military organization, and you don't do things without orders. So I was basically self-evacuating. It was my instinct that I perceived the danger and I acted on it.
Okay, how about going?
What was that?
It sounded like an explosion.
Victor, you gotta be positive.
We've got to go. In case you hadn't noticed, we're still only on the 36th floor.
Well, that's only 36 more floors to go. Now, come on.
I wasn't even supposed to be here.
What do you mean?
Working here. My job, my life. It's pathetic.
What, you want me to go ahead and see if I can find a faster route?
No, don't leave us.
I won't, but we have to go. Now, come on.
You think we're going to make it, Harry? Harry.
Yeah.
We're going to make it, right?
Sure we will. Now, come on. You're gonna have to move, Victor. Oh, yourself up and let's go. Get moving.
Come on, fellas, keep it moving. Come on, guys. Move it. Come on, fellas. Keep it coming. Hey, how's it going?
I've got a bad leg.
Well, can you walk?
Slowly.
And Tommy Falco turns around and looks at me and he says, hey, Cap, what do you want to do with her? And I took a deep breath and it's like,
Okay, let's give you a hand here. Come on, guys. We got ourselves a VIP to get down. Okay? You ready?
All right, take it easy.
That's the green. They're real well.
and people ask me, says, why did you do that? You know, you could have passed her by, nobody would have known. I says, I would have known. You know, and the sight of her standing in the doorway would have haunted me forever.
Brace up. You can do it. Come on. Go, fine. Excellent.
body was screaming. He's like, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here.
You okay?
Well, this once, we were almost like running down the stairs.
Guys, make a space.
Now our evacuation is one step at a time. Both feet on the same step. Going very slow. And now this is becoming Chinese water torture going down the stairs. Every time the clock is ticking.
Okay, guys, take a rest. Children,
Yeah.
want some water?
No.
What's the question? Drink some water.
And I developed this trait of mine. Whenever a situation got more serious, I would speak more slowly, more deliberately, because the situation is that serious. You didn't need somebody screaming in your ear to add more anxiety to the situation. So I would try to diffuse that by speaking in a more calm manner. And I was at my calmest.
Guys, I'm gonna see if I can find us a chair we can carry her, okay?
Okay, nearly there. Come on, take my hand. Here, go.
Yeah, this way. Stairwell seat. Any word on our engineer?
No. You think we should go?
No.
I mean, I think he felt he could do it. I mean, why not?
I may be hurt, I may be tired, I may be burned, but I'll get out.
I went out from the side of the building and I kept walking on the west side highway. And I heard some people screaming. I looked back. That's when I saw at a very close distance, I saw a building collapse.
Everyone watching the collapse of the North Tower immediately assumes that anyone inside must have perished.
its tracks. It was hitting the railroad ties. And it was getting closer and closer. So violent was the vibration that we were actually being bounced around off the floor. And just kept waiting. Just kept waiting for that big beam or that big piece of concrete to come. And for us, it didn't come.
Matt? Yeah. Sounds like you dropped a couple of floors there, buddy. And how about our special guest?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm here. And my name's Josephine.
Good job.
And I'm up here, you know, to have no idea what I look like. I never dawned on me, you're a great food kiddo. You can all you want, and it won't help.
All the furnishings and the fixtures inside the building, none of that existed after the collapse. There were no desks, no phones, no computers, no copy machines, no chairs, nothing. It had all been pulverized by this tremendous amount of energy that was created by this collapse. And it's just pulverized into this dust. And we're the geographic center of that dust.
On the 4th floor. North Tower. We need help. Your copy.
Somebody got on the radio and said, "Where's the North Tower?" Like I looked at my radio and said, "Where's the North Tower?" I said, "Man, we're in trouble if they don't know where the North Tower is."
I had stepped out onto West Street, wondering what could have happened to cause this mess. The ash and the fire trucks twisted up, toys. I went back towards the building where there was a fireman, and I walked up to the fellow and I said, "Hey, there's a body over here." He looked at me with a look that I sensed, hey, why is he looking at me like I have two heads, like I'm crazy? Why is he giving me this look? And he said, "Just go on." And I realized there were actually bodies and people scattered all over the place. And you couldn't see what the scene was like because everything was covered with ash.
Cones of body. Cones of body. Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies. Cones of bodies.
2,749 people died in the Twin Towers that morning, including Melanie DeVere, Christina Lender, and more than 150 delegates and staff at Windows on the World. Elaine Gentle and 95 of her colleagues at Fiduciary Trust, including Elaine. A day before working in the prison, Paul Authority looked after the building.
The people I knew after the purgatory, Jerry Dugan, Walt Jones, Tommy, Farrell, Martin, all these people, they just give me. It's like there was a big family.
In the North Tower, Frank and Martina both lost their lives. They were still helping people escape.
Mark, I think for me, this stories are very, cold, but you don't really know what happened. And it's good how I'd like to know more about what was happening, and I know you'd love to tell it.
It would be so sad to see him fall. Saving as many people as he did, that it was somehow fitting that he went up into the air with
Victor building.
Along with Mac Hanna, who escaped the building helping evacuees, Pablo and Frank saved the lives of over 20 Amongst them were Rick Bryan and the 22 people trapped on the 89th floor, including receptionist Diane DeFontes.
Pablo's wife put up a website, and our children were on it, and I sent her an email, and I told her, I tried to tell her how I felt, and that her husband and their father is the reason that I'm alive, and I know that his absence is a terrible thing. But here is a man that you can be proud of because he saved other people's lives.
Stanley Trainor and Brian Clark both survived. 61 people from Brian's company, Eurobrokers, lost it, as did 23 from Stanley's company, Fuji Bank. Victor Wald and Harry Ramos were both killed in collapse at the North Tower.
That picture of Harry Ramos, brilliant picture. It was a very sharp picture, it was well left watch. I said to my children, well, Victor didn't die by himself. An angel came and took him, and Harry was his angel.
Harry was the only person from his company, May Davis, who did not survive.
And Hong, he helped to the fullest, and he made a decision he had to leave. And I think that was a better decision to make because he thought that, he had to think of himself at some point. And he tried to help a man, but if Victor couldn't help himself at a point, he analyzed the situation, he made the decision he had to go. He probably feels bad about it, but he made the correct decision.
Harry,
if I could talk to you again, I'd like to say we should have left together.
The 6 people trapped in elevator 41 all escaped, including Al Smith and Jan Denscher.
Can't matter. I'm short and he's tall. Ito coordination.
Every day it's with me. It's in my head. There were so many people I knew. Friends, acquaintances, faces in the crowd. And I was there. I survived. But almost 3,000 people didn't. It's hard to escape this memory.
I hear Battalion 1-8 to ladder 6, Battalion 1-8 to ladder 6. Is that you on the radio? I said, yeah, it's me. Rescue 3 to ladder 6, Captain Jay Jonas. This is Cliff. I'm coming for you, brother. I'm coming for you. And that was the first, it choked me up. It's the first time in my career where I had become the person in need of rescue instead of the person coming to do the rescue.
It would be almost 5 hours before Jay Jonas and the 13 people trapped with him would finally find their way to freedom. They owed their lives to an extraordinary piece of luck.
Once the collapse reached our area, it kind of ran out of energy because the pile itself was about 6 to 7 stories tall, the debris pile. And we were in that 2-story cocoon. If you were lower than that, the debris settled there and you didn't make it. If you were above that, you were part of the kinetic energy of the collapse and you didn't make it. So you really had to be where we were.
Over there you can see a police emergency service unit. They are trying basically now to reestablish some kind of a safe perimeter. And many of the emergency workers basically just happy to be alive. Certainly that picture tells it all. Many of them just happy to be alive at this point, having survived what is an extraordinary event, the collapse of 2 towers.
343 firemen, and 60 police officers were killed in the collapse of the Twin Towers.
Josephine, is that you?
It ends up I did make the right decisions that day, but I didn't know they were the right decisions at the time. Running into Josephine Harris, making this decision to stop and save her, we inadvertently saved ourselves.
And I looked around, and there was this disarray. And I said, this is it. And he said, yeah, this is what's left. And I said, how many other people have come out of it? And he said, none. And I was just stunned. Don't push it under the rug. Don't forget it, because it can happen again. And I believe that they are going to try again. It won't be tomorrow, it won't be next year. They're coming out.
In the 5 years since 9/11, as the bombers in London have changed, Al-Qaeda's commitment to simultaneous attacks has not diminished. Josephine Harris is not alone in thinking that one day.
I don't know of a single expert interviewed or spoke to or was sent to commit on the report that believes will be another attack. We have made 41 recommendations. We see them implemented only partially, in some cases not at all. And yet every one of those recommendations, which everybody agrees with, is designed to make the American people safer. If I have a nightmare, it is about a combination of terrorist and nuclear device. My worry is that we could be saying the same thing. Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we do that? So there will be another attack. Not the big
These are the parts that I'm learning that day. And I made it my project. I guess it kept me a little from really going completely out of my mind. I made it my project to wash them by hand, and every day I would wash them a little more and hang them up to dry, and then I'd see some more dirt, and I'd put more soap, and then I'd scrub the legs, because I just had to get them clean. It was like washing away, it may sound silly, but washing away the dirt and evil and the bad and just getting it out, and I did. And unfortunately they don't fit anymore, but they're clean.
There's a sorrow that I have about it every day. There's the sound of the building coming down, the sound of people screaming when the building is coming down that are in my head that I can't get rid of. At that time, I was a senior role at CNA Insurance in downtown Chicago, and I lived in Aurora. Virtually every insurance company in the country, maybe in the world, had offices there at the Trade Center. In August, I got asked to go to a meeting on this particular day, and there were 54 of us that were in that meeting, the host included. Only 7 out of the group of 54 survived that day in that meeting. The meeting was supposed to start at 8:30. No insurance meetings ever start on time. This one didn't start on time, and at about 8:46, we noticed that the light was flickering. We were in an internal conference room, so there were 4 walls with no windows and 1 door. So we didn't see anything, we didn't feel anything, we didn't hear anything, we just saw this flicker of lights. one of the guys in the company that we were visiting came into the room, told us that we had to evacuate. And he took us over to the nearest fire stairwell at 105 and told us, yeah, you're going to walk down 105 flights of steps. What a bunch of happy campers. Woo! And everybody pretty much had the same reaction. They all reached for their cell phones. We were going to call somebody to moan and groan about the fact we couldn't have our meeting. All the way there, and now all of a sudden we couldn't have our meeting. It was interesting because cell service was gone. And you knew more about what was going on outside and inside those buildings than any of us that were right there. We didn't have a clue. Not a clue.
Live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers.
And because we were at 105, which at that time was the highest occupied level of the building, you're the last coming down. There's nobody behind you. There's no mad rush of people pushing behind you to go. There's nobody running. You can't run down steps that go back and forth like this, switchback steps that go back and forth. When we got down to the 90th floor, the fire stairwell door, which all of them should automatically close in an emergency if they were even open. But this one was propped open, and everybody from the fire stairwell that I'm in are filing out of the fire stairwell and onto the 90th floor. I followed everybody. I know I experienced the worst 30, 40 seconds of my life there. That's the chance we had for the first time to look out the windows to the north and to see this unbelievable sight. Huge black holes through the sides of that building. Gray and black billows of smoke pouring up the side of the building and out of those holes and up the side, and red flames, redder than any red I'd ever seen before, licking up the side of that building and up beyond the roof at the top level. And you see all that. And it was a crystal clear day that day in New York City. And I remember being able to see through that smoke, through that fire, into the huge black holes in the building and see pieces of the fuselage of a large plane lodged inside the building. And I remember, my God, I'm thinking to myself, my God, how did the pilot not see that building? How did he miss the building? He didn't miss. He did exactly what he set out to do. He didn't miss. You see all that, you see the furniture, the paper, the people being pulled out of the building against their will. Awesome. Gruesome. I was so afraid. Had that pit in my stomach. I want my mom. I just didn't want to be there. I wanted to go home. And I don't know, there were people on that floor at that point. They were screaming at the top of their lungs. And yet they seemed to be frozen there. Whether they were frozen in fear, mesmerized by what they saw. I'm looking at this thinking, this isn't a made-for-TV movie. This isn't an Xbox game. This is reality.
By now, the world was watching as planes took hold, but even then, we expected this was about to become worse, much, much worse.
I got back to the top of the fire stairwell. They were making an announcement over the PA system. Something to the effect of the event has been contained to the north tower. We believe the south tower is safe. If you think about the circumstance, it made a lot of sense. There's somebody, a woman or a man, in charge of building security, probably down at the lobby level of the building. A cop on the right side, a firefighter on the left side. There were as many as 25,000 people in each of those buildings. And And I'm sure these cops and firefighters are looking at this in-charge person saying, you can't let them out. It's raining concrete, steel, and bodies outside. Where are you going to put 25 people? Got down to the 78th floor with Skylock. I got down there, the woman that invited me to the meeting, screaming at me to go to the elevator with her, and something blessed made me make the right decision at that moment. And I thought, yeah. And she's screaming and she's waving for me to come, and I just kind of waved politely back at her, and turned around and went back to the fire stairwell. Best decision I've made in what is still my life. I was somewhere between the 74th and the 72nd floor when the second plane went to our building. And that plane went through our building between floors 77 and 83. We were just a few short stories below that strike zone. This fire stairwell, this concrete collar, right, that you're inside of, it starts to shake so violently back and forth, in ways that it shouldn't shake. And the concrete starts spidering out, the handrails are breaking away from the wall, and the steps are like waves in the ocean, undulating underneath your feet. We feel this heat ball blowing by us. We smell this jet fuel, and this thing keeps rocking back and forth and back and forth. It felt like forever. Maybe it was seconds, maybe a minute. And then it finally settles. And you kind of would think that there would be this crazy massive pandemonium in that stairwell. Nothing but a stunned silence. We all pretty much did the same thing again. We all grabbed for our cell phones, hoping to communicate. And like I had mentioned before, it was a blessing that they weren't working, because what we didn't know couldn't hurt us. We had no clue what actually was going on. We played the conjecture game. Oh, we saw a plane in the other building. Oh, a fuel cell exploded. That's why we smelled that jet fuel and felt that heat ball. No way did we think that a plane had also gone through our building. So you really just become concentrating on one thing: getting out. And then we started to approach the 35th floor. And that's the chance we had for the first time to encounter the cops, the firefighters, and the paramedics from New York City and the Port Authority. And they knew that they were going up, and they knew that they were never going to come back. I don't know how you can be that brave. I don't know how one can be so strong. You know, when we got down to the lobby level outside the fire stairwell, you're looking out the glass windows and you're seeing what looked like the vestiges of war. Crumbled concrete, twisted steel. And yeah, they couldn't let us out at the street level because it was raining concrete, steel, and bodies.
Nightmares, Armageddon right here.
So they took us down into the concourse, the underground level of the World Trade Center complex. That's the chance we had for the first time to see people in real need. Missing limbs, gaping wounds. And you're in this rat maze of a concourse with all these corridors, every fast food restaurant known to mankind, every retailer known to mankind down there. And you just have no clue. And this one kid in the front of our little group said, hey, we want to get to the northeastern end of this complex because it's the furthest away from the buildings. The internal GPS said, yep, he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. I'm following him. We get out of the building, they're bobcat bulldozing back everything. It's gruesome. And every uniform is screaming at you, run, 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 don't stop, don't stop. And we took off, and we were only 8 blocks away from the building, about 8 blocks north, 8 minutes. They're short blocks in that southern section of Manhattan. And came across a commercial laundry, The doors were thrown wide open. WINS, the all-news radio station, blaring out that this was an on-purpose terrorist attack. Our jaws just dropped to the ground. This doesn't happen in the States. This doesn't happen here. But I mentioned earlier that there are things that you keep forever. And this was one of those moments because first you hear the crumbling concrete, the twisting steel of what once was the South Tower, the building that we had been in just 8-9 minutes earlier, coming to the ground. And even more hauntingly, the sound of hundreds, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of people on the streets of New York all screaming the same blood-curdling scream all at the same time. And it's the first thing I hear in the morning, it's the last thing I hear at night every day. Doesn't go away. Doesn't go away. Made the 16-hour trip back to Aurora, Illinois, which was a suburb of Chicago that I lived in at the time. When I was 10-15 minutes away from home, called my wife for the 50th time and said, hey, I'm almost there. 10-15 minutes away, she said, okay. And I said, there was a hesitancy. What's going on? And she said, well, they decided to have a special mass at church. And I said, you know what? Before she even finished the sentence, you know what? It's a good day to go. Pew where we always sit. We're Roman Catholics. We sit in the same pew all the time, right? And there's my wife and a couple of my kids and my friends. And to see this quiet woman jump over the back of the pew, run to the back of the church, give me the greatest hug and a kiss a guy could ever want. That was the moment I knew I was
I didn't really know what had happened. I do remember thinking distinctly that at least my parents were going to get my body. My parents were, I was whole. I was whole, I wasn't damaged, and my parents were to get me back. My parents were to have me and to take home.
I stepped back and I basically said a little prayer because I knew we were going to die. I grabbed Jen, I closed my eyes, and then all of a sudden, when a little got to his gun, there was this pap, pap, pap noise. Next thing I knew, I was being yanked through and over a broken glass. Later on, I found out it was a police officer who got to his secondary gun and shot out the window and saved us all.
I don't think anybody really understood, even then, what happened with the tower. I was numb, like, in shock. I still don't remember. It was disbelief. This cannot be real.
exited out of the tower, I could hear this rush of air, feeling the heat and then this thumping sound, and then it was just smack down, just down, completely buried. A sled of concrete falling at an angle and knocked me down, but it was protecting me. I was sort of in a little cocoon, and it had just been quiet to the point where I said, you know what, I'm dead. At that point, the thoughts going through my mind were, well, my kids, I have a birthday to plan, and my daughter's going to be born. I'm not going to be around for the kids. I wouldn't even see my daughter's face when she's born. I have to be there. But as I started to move, someone grabbed my hand. Said he was a security guard. And he said if we stay here, they'll find us. I said if you stay here, you're either going to smother or you're going to burn to death. And I started digging, and he followed behind me. And finally we saw a little peephole of light, and I looked at him. I said, okay, I'm going to push you through. He was smaller than I was. I said, see if you can move some stuff so I can get out. And he squeezed me, push him out, and he got back down. And I didn't see anything happening. And when I stuck my head back out, he walking away down a pile of debris. So I started yelling at him, yo, yo. He just kept waving, like, come on, come on. And I was the only one talking. And I said, I can't get out. And at that point I could see he's wearing like his security guard suit. But he just kept going. At that moment, I got really angry and I picked up a piece of concrete that was laying there, and I actually threw it at him. That's how angry I was. I missed him, you know, and luckily I did, because I would have had to live with that the rest of my life. But once he left me there, just the next thought is, okay, I'm on my own. You're gonna have to do what you have to do.